Alright, hello Lean and Green team. Here's another video for you from your coaches. We have the lovely Lindsay.
Hello.
The amazing Chris.
Hi.
The, what will we call you? The
Loud.
Flower Power Cynthia.
Yeah, I like that.
And the incredible Jeremy. Because he looks like a bit of a magician, you know?
Pull out your magic wand.
Okay, what we're going to talk to you about today is our personal meditation practices. When we use the word practice, that's exactly what it is. You continue to get better and better. You know, you've got the monks that sit on top of the hill and they meditate all day. That's them practicing, and after so many years they continue to get better and better at it. I've been meditating for a couple of years now, but when it all comes down to it, it was a lot of years before that I wanted to have it as a daily practice. Most days now I make the conscious effort to make the time, make being the word, to spend some time finding that peaceful place within myself. So my own meditation practice is all about I guess finding that peaceful place within myself, connecting with my breath, enjoying that time where, even if it's just for 5 minutes, where I can overcome any thoughts of the future and all the stuff I need to do, and really just enjoy being within myself. I use some meditation apps which I've downloaded onto my phone, which I find as a guided meditation can help me just to get into that space. And I continue to look on YouTube for more and more meditations. I love experiencing other people's, meditation practices, and really enjoying finding the ones that I connect with. That's my little blurb on meditation. Lindsay.
Sure. Meditation's probably one of my favorite things. It is something I heavily rely on and has extremely helped me in my practice and just in my practice of getting calm and centered and accepting of my own characteristics and flaws and things that I need to work on. It's calmed me down a ton. I used to be really high strung and really tense and really, I'm still very high energy, but it's a completely different energy than it used to be before I started meditation. And when I started, I really was just starting because I was desperately looking for a way to quiet my head because I was tired of all the noise in it. And I definitely started with some guided meditations and some visualizations where I would picture places in my head. And I have a daily practice, which I've done probably for almost 2 years now, twice a day, in the morning, at night, at least. Sometimes even during the day I'll have a meditation, because it really just helps me anytime I feel fear arising, anytime I feel insecurity arising, doubt, chaos, anger, whatever it might be. Anytime something is rising up in me that gets me feeling off balance, if I can just take a few moments and bring myself back to my breath and my breathing and my center, it usually helps me to get through it in a better way than I would have without, in a less reactive way and more responsive way. I do plenty of different styles of meditation. I don't stick to one. I just do whatever suits me at that moment. A lot of times it is focus on the breath, bring myself to my body center. I do a lot of chakra meditations. I do guided meditations for friends on chakra healing. I love even mantras. I like visualization. It just depends. Sometimes it's about being in nature and observing. But it's always just the common focus for me is bringing myself back to my center, my place, my physical body, and out of my mind. So it's just a great, great practice wherever you can start. And even if you can only start with a minute at a time, it just allows you to step back and become an observer of your mind instead of that, I don't know how to explain it, that interlaced prisoner of your mind. So.
Good one.
Christopher.
Hey everyone. So my meditation practice started when I was a child without knowing what I was doing. And then 20 years ago when I left school, I found my way to a Buddhist monastery and practiced Mahayana Buddhist practice of meditation. And that carried me through quite a lot of hardship and clinical depression, multiple deployments with the military. And then after my last deployment, I found my way to the Vipassana Center where for twice a year I would do a 10-day Vipassana sit and learnt the Vipassana observational meditation, and that's the predominant focus of my meditation these days, is working with observational meditation and Anapana breathing. And I find that if I practice that, even if it's just for 10 minutes twice a day, it's better than if I don't practice. You know what they say, if you're feeling stressed, meditate for 10 minutes a day unless you don't have time, and then meditate for an hour a day. So it's definitely a fantastic practice to incorporate into your life in all respects, and it doesn't have to be formal, but that's what we're all here for, because we have all been meditating for a long time and we all are grounded in our own practices. So if it's something that you do like the sound of incorporating into a holistic approach to life, but are unsure of where to begin, and there's something that one of us has said that helps, you know, that you gel with, talk to us, reach out to us.
We want to help.
We want to help, that's what we're here for. And there's definitely something in one of our practices that's you're going to connect with. So yeah, that's my meditation in a nutshell.
Don't put me in a box.
It's a nutshell.
Cynthia.
So I've been meditating consistently for about 2 years, and my most consistent meditation is with breath. So it's usually 10 minutes once to twice a day, whenever I've got a spare 10 minutes, and just being in my body. Usually I close my eyes. I don't frequently listen to anything like music or guided meditations, because I find that I have more peace and center that I get from myself if I'm just sitting in silence. For me, it's benefited my mental well-being, my emotional well-being, my clarity, being able to have a sense of direction and peace throughout my day. Even if the situations that I am in are somewhat stressful, I still find myself being able to approach the situation in a more productive manner rather than just being reactive, like Lindsay said as well. So it's not just when you're in the meditation practice, but the meditation practice actually affects you in a positive way for going throughout the day. And the more consistently you do it, the more you find that you start to actually meditate even when you're not in your meditation practice. You become more consciously aware of your mind and that you're not your mind, and where you can see things that you weren't consciously aware that you were doing, and you become empowered to be able to make the choice if that's still serving you or if it's something you can let go and you can create a more positive habit. So in the way of the challenge, it's extremely beneficial because you'll be able to see what you're thinking and how that's affecting your choices that you're making, either in your physical activity or in your food choices. You become more consciously aware and feel more empowered to realize you do actually have the power, that the choice is actually yours to make. And for me, my meditation practice was actually a catalyst for massive transformation in my life. And I highly encourage it because I feel it will be the exact same for you. Whatever form of meditation it is that you might choose that you want to start, whether it be a 5-minute, whether you use guided meditation, whether you do, an hour's meditation, whether you do a Vipassana course, it doesn't matter what it is, it still will promote that level of peace and that you're getting that peace from yourself, and it's something that you can always access. It's not something you need to go to somebody else for or have money. You can just always go to that place within yourself, or you can always center yourself and feel that that sense of peace and that sense of love, that sense of comfort that you can always get no matter where you are or what you're doing. And for me, that's been extremely transformational and empowering, and it will be for you as well.
Cynthia.
Hello everyone. Meditation's been something that's been a part of my life for a number of years, and I always think about meditation and keeping it as simple as possible. So finding somewhere comfortable, just focusing on one thing and breathing. And that one thing, again, it could be a mantra, could just be focusing on the breath. I actually like to count my breathing in meditation. So each in and out breath, just count for one, and maybe I'll do a 20 count meditation, even up to 100 count meditation. And in that time, my mind certainly does reach that level of peace that I'm really looking for. Quite often with those meditations, it's not actually about peace for me. It's just about being still and allowing my mind to process whatever thoughts and emotions are going on for me. If it's a time where I meditate and I have lots of thoughts going on, I just allow those to be as they are and just observe them. Or other times I do actually drop right into that profound place of peace and really get to experience some beautiful energy in that time as well. Thank you.
I would actually like to point out as well that if you haven't already got a meditation practice when you first start, it can be challenging, and it's not something that means you're no good at doing meditation. It's just a process. At first, whenever you do something new, there is certain challenges because it is a behaviour and it is a practice that you adopt. You don't necessarily get that level of peace immediately, but if you consistently stick at it, even if it's for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, it does grow, and you do actually find more consistently that level of peace, that level of empowerment.
And I like what Cynthia said before about becoming meditation, where it's just something that tends to automatically happen. I'll notice sometimes I'll just do a 30-second meditation even, maybe while driving in the car. Sitting at the traffic lights, just a time where I pause, get present, and again, focus on that breath again. And I think that's something that just offers that overall sense of balance. I know Jared's pretty passionate about this as well, about having that balance between, say, being a really busy person, but also that time where we just pause and be still and become present as well. So having that time where we're doing something, but also that time where we are being still as well. So it's not just 4th and 5th gear all day, there's also just going back to 1st gear, going back to neutral, maybe reversing if we have to as well, not unlike driving a car. And, using all the gears at our disposal.
And meditation actually just means being present in the moment. So even if you're just consciously being aware throughout your day, being able to experience the feelings in your body without judgment or without trying to change things, that's still a form of meditation as well. You don't actually have to go and sit somewhere and just totally don't move. That is going to have a higher benefit, but if that's not for you, just becoming consciously aware of the feeling of the ground under your feet, or the feeling of your shoes, or the feeling of your clothes, or being aware when you're giving someone a hug or a kiss or eating food, the little pleasure in it, and being able to absorb yourself in the moment and the experience that you're having, being in your body and just observing it.
So the word meditation can create blocks in some people. If you find that is something that does happen with you for whatever reason, and there's no judgment, change the word, because it is just a title. It's reflective observation, and that's what the time is all about. And then if you do sit down and you find yourself going deeper, it becomes reflective introspection. But don't get hung up on titles. Meditation is the term that we use because of our backgrounds, but it's just a period of time where you're going to sit and reflect and observe.
Be present and be still.
Yeah, a time to relieve stress, a time to connect with yourself, a time to reflect on the past and find the lesson in those experiences. A time to, I guess, potentially dream about the future, but come from a place of positivity where you're beyond the anxiety, you're beyond any stress and strain that you're feeling from those past experiences, and you are simply in the moment and just really enjoying your own company. Has anyone else got anything else to add? Okay, thanks for watching, and we will see you very soon for another video.